Good morning, grade sixes. I gotta tell you guys something. I miss you guys a lot. Um, yeah, it's been very strange not going back to school, and I miss my grade sevens a lot, but I also miss getting to come into your class almost every day and the wonderful conversations that we get to have. Um, this week is Holy Week, so I just wanted to send you a quick video. I know that this has been a very, very strange time for all of us, right? Where our churches are closed and we don't get to go to mass every Sunday, but there are still opportunities for us. So I wanted to let you know a little bit about them and just talk a little bit about what's coming up the next few days, because today, Holy Thursday, we are starting the Easter Triduum. So I'm sure most of you remember Father Mike Schmitz. We've watched several of his videos, and he's in our chosen program, and he's also the priest that when we just have random YouTube videos about different sacraments or different feast days, he's usually the one that I'm showing you. So there are several priests that are doing this, but Father Mike is live streaming all of his Sunday masses and all of his kind of Holy Week Easter masses. So I will put a link for his YouTube channel through Ascension Presents. And if your family is really missing going to Mass, you could watch Mass on YouTube, on your computer or on your TV, and kind of participate the best that you can from your own home. So, yeah, I'll post that schedule of when all of them are. You do not have to watch them at the exact time that they air. They will still be on YouTube. You could go on now and find his Mass for last week, for last Sunday, for Palm Sunday, right? So to give you a quick reminder of what the next few days are when it comes to the Easter Triduum or Holy Week, it starts today with Holy Thursday. So Holy Thursday, usually we just have an evening Mass, and on Holy Thursday we celebrate the Last Supper. So the Last Supper was when Jesus celebrated the Passover, which is a Jewish feast, with all of his disciples. And one of the first things that he does is he actually goes and washes each of the disciples' feet, showing them that this is what a leader does. A leader actually serves. So the other thing that happens during Holy Thursday, we have the washing of the feet. When you're in grade 3, your feet were washed by the grade 7s. We also celebrate the Last Supper. So when Jesus broke the bread and gave it to his disciples and said, like, this is my body, like, given unto you, do this in remembrance of me. So that's actually where we get the consecration prayers at Mass from. So Holy Thursday is the day that we remember all of that. Usually at the end of Mass on Holy Thursday, they actually take the Eucharist and they process out of the church and they go and leave it somewhere else. So Jesus actually won't be in the tabernacle for the rest of kind of the night until we celebrate Easter on Saturday night. So remember that little candle, how we said it's only lit when Jesus is present? So they will actually turn that out, and there won't be Jesus in the tabernacle after Holy Thursday. On Good Friday, usually the services are at kind of 3 p.m. because that's the time that it says in the Bible that Jesus died. If you're watching Father Mike's, he's celebrating it at 3 p.m., but he's 3 hours ahead. So for us, it would be 12. And Good Friday is not actually a Mass. It is a communion service, and it is a liturgy of the word. So you will still have the readings from the Bible, and you will still get communion, but the priest won't be saying the typical kind of communion prayers and like, this is my body or this is my blood. They'll start partway through, so we'll actually miss part of the Eucharistic prayer because it's not the consecration, but the Eucharist will still be there. It's just kind of saved. They do extra on Thursday, so they have enough for Friday. The other thing that happens a little bit earlier is we'll have the veneration of the cross. So you might remember this from past years, where the veneration of the cross is when they have the cross present and everyone will have the opportunity to go up and reverence the cross. So for some people, that's bowing in front of it and maybe just putting their hand on it. For some people, that's kneeling before it. Some people will actually like kiss the cross or kiss the feet of Jesus on the cross. And so the word venerate comes from that same word as reverence. So it's not idol worship, but it is showing reverence to the cross as kind of a reminder that that's our way that we can say thank you to Jesus for his sacrifice. So it's actually drawing us into prayer. We're not worshiping the wood that the cross is made out of, if that makes sense. We're using it to bring our prayers through to Jesus. On Holy Saturday, there is a Mass at night. So most people will have the Easter Vigil, so it's kind of the night before Sunday, at 9 o'clock. So Father Mike, for us, that would be at 6, but you could watch it at 9 if you wanted to wait a little bit, or you can just watch the Sunday morning. But the Easter Vigil is quite a long Mass. It's probably one of the longest Masses in the year. And normally we would have 2 readings and a psalm and a gospel. But on the Easter Vigil, we actually have like 7 readings. It's way more, and there's like a psalm for everyone. So there's a lot more readings because they take you through almost the whole Bible story, right? From Genesis, they go through and talk about Abraham, and they keep going through the Bible until we get to the stories of Jesus. And one of the really cool things, if you go to an Easter Vigil Mass, is there's actually a lot of symbolism with light. So when you start, you usually actually start outside and there's a fire and they light the Easter candle from the fire, and there's little symbols on the Easter candle, so they put them all on the outside usually. And then you slowly come in, but there's no lights on in the church. And then slowly the only light is the Easter candle. And then they start lighting, everybody else has a candle, so then you're just listening to everything in candlelight. And then as we get closer to the resurrection, then we get a little bit more lights, and finally we have all the lights on. And so it's just a neat kind of progression and symbolism that happens. We've also talked a little bit about like RCIA, the Rite of Christian Initiation for Adults, and how they all are baptized and confirmed and receive their first communion on the same day. Well, this Easter Vigil, this is the day that normally happens. So because people can't go to church, that might not be happening this year, but typically this is the Mass where that would happen. And then on Sunday morning, we also have another Easter Mass. And so the Easter Masses on Sunday mornings are more similar in length to a regular Sunday Mass. There's just kind of the first reading, the psalm, the second reading, the gospel. But it's still very exciting. We get to celebrate, enjoy, and indulge in all the things that we gave up over Lent. I know I'm hearing a lot of people say this is the lentiest Lent they've ever lented, because we're giving up a lot of things that we didn't choose to give up, right? We're giving up going into our schools or going to see our friends. So it's really important to find a way to rejoice and celebrate this Easter. So I hope that you and your family are able to find a little bit of joy this weekend. It's absolutely not mandatory that you watch the videos or try to go through some of the Masses, but I wanted to have them there so that if you and your family are missing that you still have that possibility, because me and my family are going to be watching Father Mike. That's what we've been doing every Sunday, is going through and watching his Masses. So I will be popping in periodically. Maybe we'll set up a Zoom meeting or something too, but we won't be having kind of our regular chosen program. We'll bring that back next year, because most likely we'll have to postpone confirmation right now, but we'll get more details on that, and you guys will still have the chance to be confirmed. We'll just have a little bit more time to prepare. All right, well, I am keeping each of you in my prayers, and I hope that you're all doing well, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.